Hello, ladies and gentlemen. This is JT from Above and Below the Belt. I want to talk about what Eddie Hearn said about Deontay Wilder. He says, Eddie Hearn says Deontay Wilder would break promise to fans and accept the WBC franchise title if it's allows him to duck Dillian Whyte or Anthony Joshua. But see, okay, that's what he says, right? I mean, for me, it's kind of funny because he said Dillian Whyte and Anthony Joshua. You know what I'm saying? But he said Dillian Whyte because one thing is two of these fighters that he's naming are with him. They're not with nobody else. He's trying to make Dillian Whyte irrelevant. You know what I'm saying? Anthony Joshua is irrelevant to a certain extent because of course he's still fighting to get his belt back from Andy Ruiz that he lost to, right? So Dillian Whyte, he debunked himself out of the situation as in being his mentor because of him been popped for having something in his system which didn't belong there, right? We got the A sample, but we didn't get the B sample yet, right? For me, he just trying to, Dillian Whyte. I mean, I don't know how many people believe that Dillian Whyte can beat him, but I think it might be just a handful of people at the same time, or just people are delusional. You know what I'm saying? I mean, I would say he do have a chance, Dillian Whyte, to beat. I would say he have a chance to beat Deontay Wilder, and that chance is a 10% chance to beat Deontay Wilder. I mean, he don't got no 20% chance or 30% chance or 40% chance or 50%. No, he don't have them chances like that because the reason why. He just don't have the tools, the skills to beat Deontay Wilder. Luis has the skill set to beat Deontay Wilder. Even in the rematch that's coming up in 2 more weeks. You know what I'm saying? He almost got him in. Luis Ortiz hurt Deontay Wilder in that first fight and almost got him out of there. Because Luis wanted the rematch, and he was the only one that wanted the rematch. Well, I'm not gonna say he's the only one that wanted the rematch, because a couple other people got a rematch with Deontay Wilder. But the thing about it is, I think when he seen the replay of that tape of the fight, he kind of said, "Well, I think I beat myself instead of him beating me," because he tired himself out. You know what I'm saying? And that's how Deontay Wilder took over, right? But at the same time, I would definitely say that. That rematch is like I still give Deontay Wilder the edge, but Luis Ortiz can still beat Deontay Wilder. I don't give Dillian Whyte the skill set, the mentality to beat Deontay Wilder. Because he didn't want to fight Luis Ortiz. He didn't want to fight him. And one thing is, it's kind of funny. Like the Counter Punching Boxing Channel News. He's talking about Deontay Wilder ducked Dillian Whyte and Anthony Joshua. Yeah, that's kind of funny because I think he's the only, him and a couple other people probably think that. I'm just being sarcastic right now a little bit when I'm talking to y'all right now about this, but what I'm about to say, but as in a handful of people believe that, because I don't believe that, because Deontay Wilder was pushing for that for the first time when he wanted to fight Anthony Joshua. $50 million, in which Anthony Joshua turned down. He asked for the money, but then rebutted it and said some other stuff, right? And then when Deontay Wilder wanted to go to the UK, Anthony Joshua didn't want him in the ring. You know what I'm saying? Allegedly, you know what I'm saying? And then Anthony Joshua don't mention his name at all. You see what I'm saying? That tells me an indication of you don't want a part of Deontay Wilder. And he said, you know what I'm saying? And another thing too with Dillian Whyte, Eddie Hearn, I don't know why some people might believe what he's talking about, that Deontay Wilder will accept that the WBC franchise title. I don't think he will accept that title, because why would you work your way up to get a belt to have behind a franchise tag like that? You know what I'm saying? And then if you want to fight whoever win Anthony Joshua Andy Ruiz fight, you know what I'm saying? the WBC said you will be undisputed if you win, but at the same time, I think that don't make sense because you would have a belt. You'll be giving up to somebody else. Deontay Wilder knows this, and I think Deontay Wilder is playing. He's hearing what the crowd is saying. His fans are saying about the franchise title. It's a duck title. It's not. It's made up. It's making you duck It's making you duck your mandatories. Lomachenko, he asked for. I heard allegedly he asked for that title. Bob Arum definitely, and I think Bob Arum probably came out of pocket to get that franchise title tag. You know what I'm saying? Deontay Wilder, I mean, at the same time, he had the WBC strap for a while. You know what I'm saying? I mean, I know some people say that he don't fight too many of his mandatories, but at the same time, he got a couple of his mandatories out the way. Brazil, he got him out the way. You know what I'm saying? Knocked him out. Let me tell you something. I don't think none of his mandatories gonna give him a problem. I really don't. And if they do win, it's gonna be off a lucky shot. I don't think they have this. You know what's kind of funny? Tyson Fury got the better. His skill sets is better than most of the heavyweights. I say all the heavyweights, except Luis Ortiz. I would say Anthony Joshua. He has problems. His head don't move. He don't move around the well as Luis Ortiz, and he's stiff. You know what I'm saying? He got a lot of muscle mass on him. Luis Ortiz don't have that. The thing about it with Tyson Fury, he's really tall, and Deontay Wilder wanted that fight, which I think he did okay, but I think he lost that fight. I mean, you could say that Tyson Fury was knocked out when he got knocked down the second time. You know what I'm saying? So they needed to run it back. But if this was in London, it would have been probably different. I'm thinking. I think Tyson Fury probably would have got that strap, that WBC strap at the same time. But I think it would have been a rematch clause anyway because he would have to rematch Deontay Wilder again anyway, right? And we see what's going on with the rematch. Tyson Fury went to ESPN Top Rank. So, but at the same time, Dillian Whyte complaining and stuff like that. Deontay Wilder, you think Deontay Wilder is scared of Dillian Whyte? I would think that. I want to ask y'all a question. Who you think will win? Who you think is a tough opponent? Do you think Dillian Whyte for Deontay Wilder, or do you think Luis Ortiz? I mean, of course, I'm talking about. I'm talking about before Deontay Wilder even fought Luis Ortiz, right? But you can't get it out your head because if you've seen the fight, you've seen the fight. So, but even for the rematch, I think Luis Ortiz will still give Deontay Wilder problems. Dillian Whyte, I think 5 rounds and he gonna get out of there. And this me speculating. I could be wrong, but I think it's gonna be a lucky shot if Dillian Whyte win a fight against Deontay Wilder. But I don't think he have power. I don't think he have punching power like that to knock out Deontay Wilder like that. I don't think so. I don't think he's. Luis Ortiz did it and he couldn't do it. Tyson Fury did it, but Tyson Fury's not a knockout artist. He's a boxer, which he boxed beautifully against Deontay Wilder. Deontay Wilder too at the same time. It was a little bit more on him too on top of that because he was looking for that one punch. The one knockout, the one hit a quitter, right? But but he got there, but he got close, but didn't get the job done. He didn't get Tyson Fury out of there, right? And some people say Tyson Fury is running from Deontay Wilder because he don't want that fight. He don't want to feel that power, which I probably won't disagree with that, right? I could be wrong about that, but we'll definitely see, right? And you know, one thing is, people talking about Deontay Wilder is scared of Dillian Whyte. Dillian Whyte don't got no belt. He's number one, I think, but I don't think he's number one no more. I think that's if he's ranked because he ain't supposed to be fighting. And y'all want to believe Eddie Hearn, and this is the dude that's talking about Dillian Whyte's going to be on the Daniel Jacobs. I think it's Daniel Jacobs. No, not Daniel Jacobs. It's under. He's going to be fighting under Andy Reid versus Anthony Joshua undercard, if I'm not mistaken. And the B sample didn't come out yet. He ain't supposed to be in the ring at all. Y'all believe Eddie Hearns? He's a promoter. He is doing his job. He's a liar. Bob Arum is a liar. You know what I'm saying? Oscar Dolly is a liar. Floyd Mayweather is a liar too. At the same time, even though I like Floyd Mayweather. He's the greatest of all time, right? I mean, as in the present day of fighters of now. And now, if you talk about the overall of Joe Louis and Muhammad Ali and George Foreman and Mike Tyson or Roy Jones Jr., all of them, I would have to think about that. But as in the present day fighters, you know, so I mean, I know he's retired, but he's the best. He's the best fighter. That's just my opinion, right? But at the same time, what I'm saying is, like I say, Dillian Whyte and Anthony Joshua, and the reason why Eddie Hearn's mentioned them because he's with them. That's another way to promote them and talk about Dillian Whyte and Anthony Joshua. Dillian Whyte, he don't got. I would, if I was Deontay Wilder, I wouldn't even fight him. He don't got his B sample didn't come out. That's been what, June, July. It's we in November, and you know one thing is Duncan. You know, I mean, Deontay Wilder is fighting the elite fighters, Luis Ortiz, Tyson Fury. He wanted to fight Anthony Joshua. Anthony Joshua didn't want to fight him. You know what I'm saying? I mean, I don't know what people are saying is. I mean, some people might be saying. I know some people is going to say this, but there's people who just don't like Deontay Wilder at all. You know what I'm saying? Maybe the way he talk or the way he walk, the way he carry himself. You know what I'm saying? I don't know. You know what I'm saying? So I mean, but at the same time, man, I would say that you know, Dillian Whyte messed himself up, and if Dillian Whyte, and I think Deontay Wilder will fight Dillian Whyte. It's just when he gonna fight him. I don't. If Andy Ruiz beat Anthony Joshua, believe that Deontay Wilder and Andy Ruiz is gonna be the next. He's gonna be next up. Tyson Fury. That's if he accept that. And if he don't, then it be Deontay Wilder versus Tyson Fury. But we don't know about Tyson Fury. He's here and there. He don't know. I don't think he knows that he's gonna fight him. I think he's still thinking about it, having second thoughts about it. You know what I'm saying? I mean, I don't mind about Tyson Fury made the move of going to top rank because that's about money. $100 million, allegedly $100 million or close to $100 million. Yeah, I probably would have went there too. But you know one thing about Deontay Wilder, he didn't take $100 million for the zone. They was offering him, and he's a man of his word to a certain degree. You know, so and the reason why I say a certain degree because everybody do go back on their word sometimes. You know what I'm saying? Everybody, he's human, just like everybody else. But I will say this. That $100 million, I probably would have took the $100 million, but I'm not Deontay Wilder because Deontay Wilder do got millions of dollars too at the same time. That's why he did what he did. That's why he not accept that money because he got more investments and he got more fights to make money like that. You know what I'm saying? He can probably with another pay-per-view he can make it with Tyson Fury and with or Luis Ortiz. I don't know about Luis Ortiz gonna do 300 to 350,000. I don't know about that. Maybe they do, maybe they don't. We'll definitely see. You know what I'm saying? I would say, AKA the face of boxing right now, Deontay Wilder. I'm definitely saying that. But the thing about it is, scared. I mean, this is projective. This is just my opinion, and people got their own opinions and stuff like that. I mean, you can have it, but at the same time, when Deontay Wilder do fight Dillian Whyte, which I believe he would, but but the only thing I don't think he might not fight him too while I'm thinking about it right now, I'm talking to y'all, because of Eddie Hearn put Deontay Wilder through a lot of stuff, as in he wanted to fight Anthony Joshua, and he didn't get that fight. He was always moving the goalposts here and there. You know what I'm saying? They sent him contracts, and then he'd come back with something else different on the contract. You know what I'm saying? Talking about Deontay Wilder, he was telling Deontay Wilder, you're gonna get the fight, but you just gotta wait. Then a flat fee deal. flat rate deal. You know what I'm saying? With the contract, no back end money. No, I wouldn't accept that if I was Deontay Wilder either. He just don't like Eddie Hearn, and I think that's one of the reasons. I think that's the biggest reason why he don't want to fight Dillian Whyte. And then on top of that, he is with the PBC, Deontay Wilder. PBC don't really cross over like that to fight other people from on another network. You know what I'm saying? Because Anthony Joshua is on another network, and then Dillian Whyte is on another network. And if Deontay Wilder do make that fight, it will be on PBC. I don't think it's going to be with DAZN. DAZN is not a big platform like that. He want that, and I think it will be on pay-per-view. And that's if DAZN wanted. I think if it would be Dillian Whyte or Anthony Joshua, they would try to make it on DAZN. I mean Eddie Hearns, but Eddie Hearns ain't stupid because he'll make it with the PBC because PBC they're gonna make it with pay-per-view. Be with Fox. You know what I'm saying? That's what it'll be with. Because Eddie Hearns want that money. He ain't stupid. That's one of the reasons why the fight haven't been made between the fighters that Eddie Hearn said, Dillian Whyte and Anthony Joshua too at the same time. It's a promotional company, it's promoters and and the networks that they on. It's not easy. Everybody's in competition, and people don't forget about that. You know what I'm saying? It's not because Deontay Wilder is scared of Dillian Whyte or Anthony Joshua. I think it's the other way around. I think Dillian Whyte want to cash out. Anthony Joshua, he's afraid of Deontay Wilder. Dillian Whyte, I don't think he's afraid of Deontay Wilder, but he do want to cash out. He do want to get. I think he do want to get some big money, but at the same time, I don't know about Deontay Wilder count giving him big money because he don't have no belt. I know he's the number one. I think he's up now. I don't think he's the number one contender now for that WBC strap because he got popped. And then Anthony Joshua, he's trying to get his belt for Andy Ruiz and stuff like that. So it's something to see, man. It's very interesting. But at the same time, I don't think Deontay Wilder is scared. All that I just named, and that's those the reason why Deontay Wilder didn't fight Dillian Whyte and Anthony Joshua. And Eddie Hearn's talking about he would accept the WBC franchise title. That would make Deontay Wilder a hypocrite, make him look bad, and he listen to his fans. That's what boxers should do. But some boxers don't listen to their fans, like Canelo Alvarez. You know what I'm saying? He don't listen to his fans. He do what DAZN and Oscar De La Hoya tells him to do because Deontay Wilder's he's a free agent. He can do what he want to do to a certain degree. You know what I'm saying? But that's just my take on this situation about Eddie Hearn talking about he accept a franchise tag because he just named his fighters. He named nobody else. You know what I'm saying? It would if he had Tyson Fury up in there and said Anthony Joshua, I still would have said something about it. But then I couldn't say that. Well, he just naming just his fighter. He just be Anthony Joshua and Tyson Fury. Because Tyson Fury is not with Eddie Hearns. Tyson Fury is with Frank Warren. But at the same time, what y'all think about what I'm saying? You agree with me? You disagree with me? What y'all think? Leave a comment at the bottom of my page. Subscribe to my page. Like my page. Hit the notification bell for new videos from me. This is JT from Above and Below the Belt. All right, bye.